Tell about how a farmer reached out to the princess. After risking my life, of course, he saved her from supernatural creatures. They can kill you in the blink of an eye. Jack the Giant Killer. Alright, I'll talk nice. Jack the Great Killer. The legend says that once upon a time, I want to see God with my own eyes. The priests, this near-bald shaver, came up with an idea, is to use magic to create magic beans. Beans climb high forever, climbing up to the clouds. But God doesn't see it. They got to the garden in the clouds almost like that, the land of giants. They're both big and bad, and they've lost their way to the priest, climbing down the world, humans to plunder and kill. Of course, it's a giant. It must be as big as 10 normal people, so they can't eat them. By normal way, there's no incentive to get away. Gay-o they are. So King Eric and his homies risk their lives to take one back. Use his team to forge a magical crown. And we see the crown and we see you. I'm about to listen. The crown is always there. King Eric until the old man died, buried with him in a tomb. Or so they say. Generations have passed. The story of giants destroying the world. It becomes an old story. Late night for kids, both commoners and nobles, but the story will not. Or if this isn't medieval. My parents are all cats. Let the boy stay here with his creepy old uncle. And today, because the house ran out of money, so I told Jack to go to the market and sell the horse. Finished buying grass and roofing the house. And you know, this is medieval England. It should rain 13 months a year. The roof is a matter of pretending. Before selling the horse, bro met a beautiful girl pretending to ignore, but they're getting drunk. To touch while watching puppetry. Tattered doctor girl. I ran out and got punched in the face. Stand up and teach life as it is, and I bet Jack gets punched for mixed teeth. If the girl you're protecting isn't a princess, and the musketeers came to pick them up right behind you, Jack did a good job today, VL. But because I'm busy watching puppets, I was burned in the car. Stop selling the horse and see if you have enough money to buy straw. Pro like this. I went home and slept in the garden for half a month. Easy on the other side. He looked at this noble and unscrupulous Mr. Roderick. This is the future husband of the princess. And when the king dies, he will strike the head of the whole nation. But look at the owner's face. I'm all VL. So I guess this guy's the villain. He went back to the room. I saw it all up. The crown he had hidden in the pot was still there. But the magic beans are delicious. Roderick told his brother to order a blockade of the city gates. And the guy who stole the beans was this guy. This guy just ran over to see Jack. Buy a horse with a post-payment account. This guy has no money now. Give this bag of beans to Jack. He said he'd take it to the atelier or something in exchange for money. Don't get it wet. Jack looks a little slow, not stupid. But slow is the problem. He took the horse and ran away. You can't escape after running. He was arrested by Roderick. So Jack didn't know where to find the horse. And there is no one. What can I buy with my ass? Go home, of course. Jack was cursed by his uncle. Jack tossed a bag of magic beans on the floor. I brought Jack's parents relics to sell for money. You said you lost your horse. I came back in the morning. I'm too old to go fast. Jack was at home watching the house when it rained and virtual ghost deuce out. The princess had an argument with her father tonight. I am sad that I was forced to marry Roderick. So leave the house, go out and play. The rain was too heavy to find a place to stay. Then I found the tent of my uncle Jack. Jack sees people reast. And in fact, Jack is rare. The farmer who is literate loves to read. And you can guess what? Well, these two people are chuckling together. So what happens? Of course, it's Jack's house. It's like the outdoors. And the water flowed right down to the pea Jack had tossed. It's done. The magic bean tree grew as fast as it blew. The house and Princess Isabel. Jack tried to save the day. Who makes sound to match with magic beans? Remember the old magic beans. Let Gohan shoot the salt. I don't know what kind of father Goku is. Let's go back to the main content. Jack tries to save the princess but fails. Fell to the ground unconscious. The next morning, Jack was called up by the guards. And it turns out that even the king came here looking for his daughter. Jack explained the situation. The king sent this guard to a meeting. The guardians climbed to save the princess. Broderick asks to follow. His mouth told him to prove himself to the king, father, and princess. But I know he has a different purpose. Halfway up, this guy is afraid of heights. I should be a little funny. This guard, his name is Elman. They forced Jack to pull the string, so the black-haired bodyguard showed Jack the secret. I told Jack that instead of looking down and being afraid, think of a big piece of cake in front of you. If you can reach it, be less afraid. Tearing is not less scary, but it's over. That night when the team was climbing, the wind was very heavy. Another review jerk. One of the guards slipped and fell. And by the way, Roderick told his brother to cut the rope. An action I find stupid VL. Because if giants are real up here, we lost the war now. It's no different than increasing the death rate. The next morning as they climbed to in the footsteps of Princess Isabel. No longer in the house. You were looking for a place to stay. When the guards split up, Roderick and his brother stopped Jack. Put the knife down. He told Jack to vomit the remaining beans. Jack was scared to death and gave it to his father, but still keep a bean big. No one knows what to do. They go deeper. Because of Roderick, and the boy killed the very men who carried the supplies. So when they see a flock of sheep, it runs out and fetches them. Every criminal who tries to escape is trapped. They try to escape the trap, but the giant is out, and the black-haired knight was smelled by it. Was knocked out and brought back. Knight Elman run out to save you. But that guy, you also quit. At the same time, Roderick and his brother, I just killed another knight. Bakia, who had just laughed, was bitten by the giants. Roderick is dead. If he doesn't pull out the crown, where is the princess? The princess is in the cage, interrogated by the two-headed leader of the giants. Why are you up here? I don't know, but they are better than dogs. You can smell the princess. She's a descendant of Eric. The two-headed giant carries a cage containing Princess Ra, just in time for the trap to bring back the two artists. The black-haired guy taught me how to swing a rope, to provoke them so one bite is gone. But the sad thing is, we're not united. A man who wants to eat a princess. He ate the meat, but he had 2 heads for one. She said this is a princess who can't eat. He told me you were my fucking king. Roderick, where's the crown too? I'm your king on your knees. And of course we're on our knees. Of course Roderick isn't here to save AI. So Mr. Elman and the princess are about to have dinner. Tomorrow we will attack the human world. Roderick doesn't just want Gloucester. They want the whole world. The bad guys over there are so happy. Jack was poor and wore a dirt shirt. Not as poor as the Kia guys. So it seems pretty easy to sneak into the newsstand. Knight Elman was rolling about to leave the oven. Jack came to me, climb the rafters, take the giant's oversized knife and jump down. Go to the chef. Tear Leo up there like Aaron, on top of Titans. Kia slam the knife against the wall, and so you get a life. Jack rescues for Princess and Knight Yamamoto. And with them Levin by the water. Run back to the magic bean tree. Black girl is Roderick. He put a giant on guard there. But it's not that this guy is undisciplined. I told him to watch, but he slept right there. Because this guy is wearing a helmet. So Jack came up with a good idea. Put the beehive in the Elman. You just ate a guy. You've deduced like an expert. But even he found that it was better this way. The result is a successful plan. Actually, my friend did it. The giant is trapped in a hat and a beehive. Burned for spinning. His father fell to the ground dead. The obstacle has been eliminated. Come back, brothers. But a new plan was devised by Knight Elman. Jack, take Princess Isabel back first. I'll stay and find a way to deal with Roderick. He's too dangerous to let go. Jack killed the giant. But not murder. Let Elmon handle to people climb down. Just when Isabel's father saw the giant's body. The legend is true. These monsters exist. Even though it's painful, he ordered the soldiers to prepare to cut down trees. I always hope your daughter will come back. The king accepted the sacrifice. There is no reason for people to hesitate. They sharpened Ra and pulled the real tree. At the same time, Jack and Isabel are climbing down. I saw people lighting fires below. I thought people were waiting for me. The two brothers were born and died. Now there's no AI, so we lock each other's lips. Lock it several times. Elman waited until the next morning, when Roderick called the giants Ra. Prepared to land by the way of beans. Then Elman runs off to oblique Roderick, made him drop the bean big, and roll down the hole they're in to get up here. But this dirty-toothed noble, what age can an old knight like Elman eat? You're kidding, you've been knocked out. But this guy still has an inherent mistake with it. A villain says too much before killing a hero. By Elman robbing knife skewer choke, Roderick could only cry out to the giants to save him, and died Elman could not steal the crown. It fell into the hands of the two-headed man. Fortunately, just by this time, the pea tree on the ground had been cut down. Elman risked his life to jump, and two of them, Isabel and Jack, they're busy. So it's never been down, and that's lucky to punch straw. These two are dead. Isabel is reunited with her father. She explained to Dad Roderick's betrayal, then asked where Jack was. I know the book should have been out before. The king gave him a bag of gold. That's what makes you rich for the rest of your life, and that's it. He gave Isabel the book so she wouldn't forget him before the entourage leaves. And oh, this horse. That's good, losing every car and house. But of course, it's funny to stop here. It should be the little head on the two-headed guy's shoulder. He said there was a bag of beans. It's time for YOLO. And so they used up all the beans to make a fool of themselves. Get on the horse and report the news. But the Kia giants are going the L fast. It's more like running to escape. They lost some soldiers, but the main characters are lucky to get into the Saints. They raised the bridge just in time for Jack to cross. The two heads fell into the ditch, where Elman had previously pumped oil and burned it. The two heads thought they were dead. The first one is disgruntled. And this guy looks a lot more ticky than that idiot. Bro told me to take the hook out and pull the bridge down. And look, the human race is entering a tug of war. No, wait. The father of Isabel decided the princess to light a beacon on the tallest tower, warning other kingdoms. He will remain with you. They didn't know that the two-headed guy was still alive, and it's in the sewer. Isabel and Jack run through the king's throne room. The two heads of the army attacked. They were going to hide in the king's body. It's like these guys are so good. Hiding is useless. They run away, but Isabel gets Jack to jump solo. But this guy has two hands. How to fight this way? The way you use magic beans. He threw two heads in his mouth. Just before he ate you, the beanstalk sprouted and tore apart the giant. Make the whole court. The castle exploded, all parked outside the city gate. The giants won the tug of war. Go to the soldiers' buffet. Before they eat, they get down on their knees. Jack is back with the crown on his head. And now you're the father of the earth. Of course, Jack. Take them back to the garden in the clouds. Cut down the beanstalk. Because of the merits of Jack King Father repealing BA6. Let the princess marry a commoner. They live happily together. She gave birth to two cute twins. The crown is reforged, hidden in the royal crown. You until now, when it's stored in the museum. The boy's dirty teeth looked familiar. I hope it doesn't have anything to do with the crown. And I'm messing around. Hello and see you later.